Hello historians, welcome to an extended version of Driving and the News documenting history. Today is November 10th, 2024. You've got some fall colors in this video, and we are about to drive home to Paterson, New Jersey from Wayne, New Jersey. And we're going to listen to the news and we're going to document it for future generations. Many of you may ask, what's the purpose of this video? And it's basically just to document history, preserve the local updates, the local broadcasts on 1010 Wins, so that future generations can look back on a specific day and just check and see what was going on in the news on that particular day. So this is a historical video, and I do this for historical purposes. If you want to become an official documenting history historian, all you got to do is subscribe and you're part of the historian squad. All right, guys, let's start getting you the news. You're going to get uninterrupted news, commercials and all, unbiased on my part. You're going to hear whatever news gets broadcast. I don't censor any of that out. We're just listening to the news in its organic form. Enjoy. Let's get you started. Let's get that up there.
Now at 8778 Job.
So we started with a commercial. Sit back and enjoy. I know commercials aren't fun, but sometimes the commercials can become vintage also. It's 1:14, so definitely in about 6 minutes we're going to get the 1:20 headlines and then the 1:30 headlines. And this is a extended, or I should say an extended version.
Training for future leaders in the field.
And by the way, enjoy the ride as we drive through Wayne and look at the fall colors.
Atlas Hawkton, Northwell, Ray's Health.
Paid actors represent actual claims. After my truck accident.
We're currently on Lakeside Avenue, getting on 202 Terhune Drive.
Got me $1.2 million.
I'm attorney Rich Barnes. Most people don't know how much their case is worth. Call the Barnes firm now and let us help you get the best result possible.
The Barnes firm, injury attorneys, call 1-800-8
Best results don't predict future outcomes. Manhattan, Long Island.
Wins News Time, 1:15. Russia and Ukraine have exchanged a record number of drone strikes. Moscow launched 145 Saturday night, the most ever in a single night during the war with Ukraine. Ukraine's drone strikes were mostly shot down by Russian air defense. They did disrupt some flights at 2 Moscow airports. Israeli strikes killed dozens of people today in both northern Gaza and in Lebanon.
Lebanese officials said at least 20 people were killed in an Israeli airstrike north of Beirut. The foreign minister said Lebanon will send more military forces to southern Lebanon amid reports of movement toward a deal for a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. Meanwhile, Hamas officials said dozens of people were killed in an Israeli strike in the Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza. Israel says it targeted Hamas militants.
That's correspondent Linda Gradstein in Jerusalem. Back in this country, the NASCAR world is mourning one of its icons, Bobby Allison. NASCAR says he died at home in North Carolina. No cause of death was given. Allison is 4th on the all-time winning list for NASCAR with 85 wins. He's a founding member of what was called NASCAR's Alabama Gang. He won the Daytona 500 3 times. It was just last month when NASCAR awarded Allison his 85th victory, giving him the win in a disputed race from 1971. Bobby Allison was 86. We all know the fashion world can be fluid, but how about this newest fad?
Suddenly, wearing your dinner has become a good look.
Getting onto Hamburg Turnpike.
And celebrities have found the perfect ingredient to flavor their evening wear. Actress Melissa McCarthy has clutched a bedazzled cannoli purse and slung Kate Spade's pizza box bag over an elegant shoulder. Designer Susan Korn offers purses in the shapes of watermelons, martinis, champagne. Anya Hindmarch celebrates condiment couture with a Kikkoman soy sauce bucket bag. For a health-conscious splurge, you can plunk down $5,000 for a celery-shaped clutch from Moschino. Deborah Rodriguez for 1010 Wins.
Wins News Time, 117.
Hey folks, it's Gary, president of the Real Estate Authorities, and your response has been great. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. So again, if you need to sell your home, listen to me carefully. The market is changing. There's not enough supply for the demand. So if you own a home right now, you have gold. Take advantage of it. Even if you owe more in your home than it's worth and you have to short sell it, you're making money. We'll get the bank to pay you. Even if you have a property that is in need of repairs, no problem selling it. There's not a house I can't sell. Call me, 800-746-4300. That's 800-746-4300. Here's the problem. There are too many people that are getting wrong information, and it's costing you thousands and thousands of dollars. Realtors that are lowballing, investors that are trying to steal your property. You need the facts, and that's where I come in. Money doesn't...
Got a Dunkin' Donuts there, McCobb's Ice Cream Bar and Restaurant. Yum, that sounds awesome.
Non-paying tenants or squatters or divorce sale in need of repair.
If you're in the area, stop in and check that place out.
I know how to sell a property. Call me, 800-746-4300. That's 800-746-4300.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for...
Regular gas is $2.75 there at that gas station. I call that out also for historical purposes as we cross Dawes Highway.
USO.org today.
Attention, New York business owners, landlords.
We currently have a red flag warning in Bergen County and Passaic County. As you can see, there's a lot of dry foliage. We haven't had rain in a while.
That's correct. If they don't collect on your
Again, I call that out for historical purposes.
asset recovery at 1
Heritage Manor townhouses there on the right.
1923. That's 1-800-513-1923. Don't let your judgments go uncollected or expire. Call Fine Asset Recovery now at 1-800-513-1923. Now is the time to get the assistance you need to collect the money you deserve with absolutely no upfront fees. Call Fine Asset Recovery at 1-800-513-1923. That's 1-800-513-1923. Or visit them at fineassetrecovery.com. That's fineassetrecovery.com.
Want to give your small business a $10,000 boost? Go to 1010wins.com/challenge for the info, but don't wait. The deadline to enter is tonight at midnight. That's 1010wins.com/challenge. All news.
Okay, we're starting the 120 headlines.
Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good afternoon. It's 56 degrees at 120. I'm Bud Mishkin. Here's what's happening. Brush fires continue to plague our area, and a firefighter was killed while battling the fire in the West Milford Greenwood Lake area. A 17-year-old shot and killed yesterday in Mott Haven. A Bronx man is under arrest for allegedly trying to kidnap a 6-year-old boy. We know 2 people who will not be part of the Trump administration. That announcement yesterday from the president-elect. And Louis Vuitton giving dogs a taste of luxury, shall we say, with its latest $60,000 doghouse. Sports, the Giants lost to Carolina in overtime in Germany today. The Jets are playing in Arizona later. Knicks are in Indiana. Devils host San Jose. Wins News Time, 121. That's time for traffic and transit with Sue Allen.
And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels getting real slow at that outbound George Washington Bridge. About a 25 to 30 minute delay from the Cross Bronx Expressway approach. The other approaches are much better. And on the inbound side, does a 10 to 15 minute delay to both levels.
We're on Black Oak Ridge Road right now, by the way.
20 out.
Also known as South 202.
25 minutes and a 20-minute outbound delay. We also have slowdowns heading into Manhattan at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel and the Brooklyn Bridge. So stick with the Manhattan Bridge or the Williamsburg Bridge. You will be so much happier if you do. Now, in Queens, very slow on the southbound side of the Cross Island Parkway as you make your way towards the LIE. So stick with the Clearview. And here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. You have a nice ride on the northern, no delays at all on the LIE. On the southern, a little bit sluggish on the eastbound side, right by the Meadowbrook Parkway. But other than that, you're in really good shape. I'm Sue Aller. Next report at 1:31. 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Brush fires and poor air quality continue to plague our area. The poor air quality is primarily due to smoke from the Jennings Creek wildfire in West Milford and Greenwood Lake on the New York-New Jersey border. And its presence has been felt this weekend in the city.
It smells like sitting around a campfire. The ash and your eyes are burning, and that's what it smells like. It's in your throat. You can't get rid of it.
The Jennings Creek wildfires, where a New York State forest ranger died yesterday. The Mid-Hudson News reported a tree fell on the ranger during the fire. Correspondent Alicia Reed spoke with Orange County Executive Steve Newhouse.
For those wondering if they should stay or leave,
we're going to continue to work with our first responders to make sure that you are protected. If, God forbid, you were in a situation where we have to evacuate you, we will let you know.
So far, the name of the forest ranger has not been released. Meanwhile, the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
Another firefighter was injured yesterday morning while fighting a brush fire in Riverhead on Long Island. There are reports of another brush fire on Long Island in Bridgewater early this morning, and a second brush fire in Prospect Park burned and was put out last night. Down the Jersey Shore, a Brick Township man is charged with arson in connection with a 350-acre wildfire in the Colliers Mills Wildlife Management Area. Wins News Time, 1:23. A 17-year-old boy shot and killed in the Bronx last night. Police say it happened just before 8 o'clock on Oak Terrace in the Mott Haven section. The teen, who has now been identified as Xavier Navarez, was shot several times in the back. No one's been arrested. The motive still officially unknown. A Bronx man is under arrest for allegedly trying to abduct a 6-year-old Hasidic boy as he was walking with his father, as the boy was walking with his father in Crown Heights.
You can see it plain as day on street camera surveillance. 28-year-old Stephen Stowe grabbing the little boy as his father snatches him back. All this while wearing a mask. Devorah Halberstam is an honorary commissioner for community safety, and she says that's the problem.
To me, this indicates premeditation on some front or somebody planning to do something big, whatever that may be.
Halberstam also says the Jewish community has been a target for too long, but now it's spilling onto their children.
The good people of the world have to stand up and say, not here, not in my neck of the woods. I'm going to teach my children not to hate, to tell them you can't and you mustn't.
Residents say though petty crimes may happen, kidnapping is simply out of the norm. Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Crown Heights.
Wins News Time, 1:24. A Long Island man is charged with assault for allegedly hitting a woman with his car following a dispute in a parking lot in Oceanside. Police say 41-year-old John Ardolino intentionally drove into a 28-year-old woman because she tried to take a picture of his license plate after he allegedly threw a punch at her. Started when she tried to back her Jeep out of a parking spot and he blocked her from leaving. The woman was taken to the hospital with neck and back pain. Ardolino is charged with second-degree assault and leaving the scene of an accident. 56 degrees in lower Manhattan. We'll get up to a high of 59 today, according to AccuWeather, and the rain is supposed to come after sundown, and we need it badly. Wins News Time, 1:25.
In a world filled with financial information, citizens...
We're on 23 North currently. 23 South, headed towards Paterson, New Jersey. You got Harbor Freight there on the right, State Farm on the left, a Columbia Bank. That's the Packanack Wayne shopping center on the left. Wayne Tile Company. If anyone's familiar with these locations, let me know in the comments below. I don't get many comments on this channel with the views, but if you want to comment, you may. I try to read all the comments and answer them as well.
And in orthopedics at the Bristol Myers Squibb Children's Hospital at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. Visit rwjbh.org/children's health. RWJ Barnabas Health. Let's be healthy together.
Wins News Time, 1:26. Now Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins.
There was a pretty good chance we'd be spending this weekend waiting and wondering who had won the presidential election. Many pundits were predicting that it was so close that the ultimate winner would not be determined for days or even weeks. That was not to be the case, of course, and some retailers are saying that the speedy election may have saved Christmas. The thought being that a prolonged election would have distracted from holiday gift purchases, especially retailers that focus on gifts.
With the perfect gift from 1-800-Flowers.com, you can be sure you're sending that warm, fuzzy holiday feeling.
Contentious politics don't lend themselves to a warm, fuzzy holiday feeling. Jim McCann, the founder and chairman of 1-800-Flowers.com, says that, quote, as a retailer, particularly the retailer of a lot of gifts for the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays, if this caused distractions, very selfishly, that would have damaged our business. McCann also plans to speak at an upcoming company town hall meeting about being respectful and civil if conversations at work turn political. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Dan Schwartzman for 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
When's news time? 1:27.
Hey, this is Larry Mullins. Did you know that 1 in 4 children in New York City don't know where their next meal will come from? Please join me, 1010 Wins and City Harvest, in supporting our neighbors in need. Together, we can help provide nutritious food to New Yorkers experiencing food insecurity.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy.
At the UPS store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable.
Coming up, President-elect Trump announces 2 people who will not be part of his administration. That story in a minute.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Woohoo! Another girls' night out.
We're now on Route 80 East. If you're not familiar with this area, that's the reason I'm calling out the highways that I'm on. If you're watching this from a different part of the country or somewhere else, a different part of the world, this highway takes you to New York City. But we are stopping in Paterson, New Jersey.
Now can you relax?
Yes. Another round? Yes.
Now this message. Injured? Call Spector and Associates, injury attorneys, 800-318-8888. Good afternoon, I'm Bud Mishkin. Wins News Time at the Tone, 1:30.
Good afternoon, I am Stephanie Officer. Well, we now know 2 people who will not be a part of Trump's administration. He posted on social media he will not be offering a position to former Republican presidential contender Nikki Haley or former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. President-elect has also listed his priorities for the first day in office.
His list includes starting mass deportations of migrants.
I believe the borders are the single biggest problem that this country's had in 100 years.
And Trump proclaimed on Truth Social he will issue an executive order to stop the future children of those in the country without authorization from automatically becoming U.S. citizens. And he's vowed to fix the economy.
We can soon have soaring incomes, skyrocketing wealth, millions and millions of new jobs.
Although many experts question how much he can do. Trump has vowed to reshape the federal government, potentially firing thousands of federal workers, roll back environmental protections, and pardon some of those jailed for the Capitol riot after his 2020 election defeat. I'm Jackie Quinn.
Wins News Time 1:31. Traffic transit on the 1, Sue Aller.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Getting slow at the outbound side of the George Washington Bridge. About a 30-minute delay. Worst approach, that will be from the Cross Bronx. Best approach is from the west side. Inbound, just about a 15-minute delay to both levels. Inbound Lincoln is also 15, but you've got 25 at the inbound Holland. Outbound Lincoln, that's where you want to be. That looks really good right now. And a 15-minute delay at the outbound Holland tunnel. Now, we do have delays heading into Manhattan at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. The delays heading into Manhattan at the Brooklyn Bridge have eased out, so you can stick with the Brooklyn Bridge. You're looking great at the Williamsburg Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge. In New Jersey, it's a stop and go right on the Turnpike, southbound Eastern Spur between Route 3 and Interchange 15X. This is all because of left lane construction. You want to go with the Western Spur. And then on New Jersey Transit, we've got 20-minute delays in and out of Penn Station, New York because of an Amtrak problem. Traffic traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones and breaking traffic alerts whenever they happen. I'm Sue Aller, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
It's news time 1:32. Now let's check out your official 1010 Winds AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Matt Benz.
And out the door here for this afternoon, clouds will continue to thicken up, and eventually we will see rain. We just have to wait a little bit longer. Our high today up to 59 degrees. Rain showers expected to move into the area for this evening and tonight. Roads can become slippery, but more importantly, we are seeing some rain, quarter to a half inch of rain possible. The low of 56 degrees. Veterans Day for tomorrow, becoming mostly sunny, breezy, mild high of 68. Plenty of sunshine, but blustery Tuesday high 55, and chilly Wednesday high just 49. Right now, it's 56 degrees in Central Park, with the southwest wind at 14 miles per hour. Repeating, the current temperature is 56, heading up to 59 this afternoon in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Matt Benz on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Winds news time 1:33.
Here's another Immigration Minute from Gahey & Associates. Gahey & Associates is one of New York's top immigration law firms. They handle all immigration matters, including sponsoring relatives, spouse or fiancé visas, political asylum, deportation matters, employment-based immigration and entertainers visas. Call Gahey & Associates at 956-GAHEY-LAW. That's 956-434-4529. And get a free consultation regarding your immigration issue. Do what many other immigrants have done and let the immigration law firm of Gahey & Associates help you and your family. Call Gahey & Associates at 956-434-4529 or at GAHEYLaw.com. Gahey is spelled G-E-H-I. Call the immigration experts at Gahey & Associates at 956-434-4529 or at 956-GAHEY-LAW or at GAHEYLaw.com. Call Gahey & Associates at 956-GAHEY-LAW. Se habla español.
Winds news time 1:34. A trailblazer at the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater has died. Judith Jameson was 81 years old. Last year, she recounted to ABC7 how she auditioned for Alvin Ailey when she was in her 20s.
This man saw me fail an audition, and I ended up with an invite 3 days later saying, "Would you like to join my company?"
Jameson began with the Ballet Dance Theater in 1965 when black dancers were rare in ballet. When Ailey died in 1989, she stepped into the role of artistic director. Well, if you're someone who loves designer, you can now treat your dog to some expensive creations.
Louis Vuitton has designed a luxury doghouse covered in its signature monogram. The kennel trunk will cost you $60,000. You can also get a leather dog bowl or a Louis Vuitton flask holder for over $2,000. Both are designed to keep your very fancy pup hydrated. And they're even offering up bougie poop bag holders, so you can keep it classy when you're in the very not classy position of crouching down on the ground to clean up your furry friend's business.
Stacey Lynn there with that report. Well, Princess Kate, who went through chemo earlier this year, is making public appearances this weekend to mark Remembrance Day in Great Britain. But Queen Camilla is now dealing with some health issues.
The palace saying she will miss remembrance events this weekend to ensure she makes a full recovery from a chest infection and to protect others from any potential risk. We knew that she was sick. We knew that her attendance would depend on her doctor's advice. A palace spokesperson saying in a statement that while this is a source of great disappointment to the Queen, she will mark the occasion privately at home and hopes to return to public duties early next week. A royal source telling us, though, that there is no cause for alarm.
Correspondent Inez de la Cutera, Winds News Time 1:36.
All right, guys, we are in Paterson, New Jersey, and at the end of this video, thank you so much for joining me and sticking with the video on this extended news version, and we'll see you on the next Documenting History.